I'm Deanna. Welcome back to Ribbon Candy Hooking. Today I'm looking at a pattern. It's worth looking at patterns now and then to see what's difficult about them, what's challenging, what's easy, what's fun. Try to decide what kind of patterns you would like to do, especially if you're a beginner. So I'm just putting this pattern out in my store, Ribbon Candy Hooking now, and this is called Scottish Bouquet. This is like inspired by the artist Mackintosh, if you know the Scottish artist Mackintosh, very loosely. You can see in the center there is a really metallic, it's actually tissue lame, that's the material that I've hooked in for the vase. That is a tough part, right? I'm putting this together as a kit. I will use tissue lame that's gold. It might be that you have fun working with it. It might be that it's challenging because it wants to fray, but it does give a nice bright. And when we think about that combination, DLDB, dark, light, dull, bright, I was wondering with this piece whether the metallic bright would serve as a bright, and it really does. It's against a mottled background of green that's a bit more dull. The camera's picking it up in a really bright way, but in reality it's quite a dull kind of color combo, and the metallic is making it very bright. So this is the color palette for this kit. So if you end up getting this as a kit, this is the color selection, right? This is in the center, this multicolor green in many colors. That's a hand dyed. These are all hand dyed. We've got some dulls like these guys right over here. These are much more dull, and some brights, right? The lime green bright. So you'll have a selection of all of these already cut into strips. The pattern looks like this, but you'll get it looking like this on monk's cloth unless you want it on linen. Right, so simple enough pattern. I'm going to put the diagonals in the corner if you want to hook them. You certainly don't have to hook them, but I will put those lines on yours too. What's hard about this pattern? The diagonals are hard about this pattern. So if you are a seasoned hooker or you're a beginner and you're looking for a little bit of a challenge, it is hard to hook diagonals. But you know what? Take a look at mine. They are not perfect by any means. And you know what? This is folk art. They don't have to be perfect. The other thing that I really like about this pattern that I really had fun with was the corners, was having those diagonal kind of crystal cuts on the corners. I didn't put the same color combinations into the four corners. It would be up to you if you want to, but I liked it being very different from corner to corner. I haven't trimmed this piece yet or blocked the wool part. Of course, I'm not going to block, meaning blast with heat, the tissue lame part in the center. But all in all, this was a very easy pattern to execute. I was very forgiving with myself on doing the diagonal lines. I wanted them to come out however they worked, done in white outlining, right, which is quite different. And then I filled it in all these bright colors. Really enjoyed working on this piece, really enjoyed the color palette. A lot of fun, a little bit of challenge with these lines, but lots of fun to outline, lots of fun to kind of Zentangle style fill in the colors as I felt like it, the way that I wanted it, and the combinations of colors that I wanted. So it's sometimes nice to do a pattern like this where a lot of the color planning is up to you. You have lots of extra colors in your kit, and you can kind of decide, what colors do I want to do? Lots of fun. So take a look at some of our other videos. This is a link to the store if you're interested in this kit or anything else. There's a link down here, or there should be to a playlist. The latest video I've done is over here. There's a subscribe button there, which I'd love it if you hit. Like, subscribe, share, all of that stuff. And there's a link to Patreon right here. If you need anything, you know where to find me. I'll be at the Ribbon Candy Hooking store or at ribboncandyhooking@gmail.com. I'll see you next time.